Hello YouTube, Swordsman75 bringing you another Bad Company 2 commentary. I got a medic class here today. Oh, I want to show you this. Boom. With one click of the button, I tell one person to stand up and one person to sit down. I thought that was pretty fun. Alright, today I want to get into more medic gameplay, and I want to mainly focus this on the gun of choice for a lot of medics, the M60. The M60 is one of the most powerful light machine guns. In my opinion, it is the best light machine gun. And you will quickly see that a lot of medics are running around with it, and it's for good reason, and maybe I'll help you see why. Now, right now, the M60 has a slower rate of fire than, say, the SAW or some of the others at only 550 rounds per minute. However, it does 31 damage up close, 25 damage far away, which, if you have no magnum and your opponent has no body armor, that makes it a 4-shot kill at long range and a 4-shot kill up close, which, when you compare it to the other light machine guns, it just wins. Even with the slower rate of fire, it will not cover you up close very well, but for an all-around, all-purpose weapon, the M60 seems to be it. If you put magnum on your medic class, I personally don't, but that'll then make it a 3-kill or a 3-shot up close instead of 4, and it will not affect the long range. It'll still be 4 even with magnum, so I don't run with magnum. I generally run with the ACOG, and lately it's been the body armor to try to keep me alive while I'm zipping around, or sometimes I'll toss that out for the stronger healing med packs. But the upgrade to the med pack is, I think it's only 3 extra hit points per tick of the box, so you can kind of take it or leave it. I personally find body armor to be a bit more useful to help me stay alive. Right here, those guys in those rocks, if they would have stayed out in the open, I could have killed them with my M60. What some people would take with a sniper shot, the M60 does have the range and the accuracy to make those long range shots. You just gotta burst fire it, or in my case, a lot of times I will tap the trigger as though it's a single shot weapon, like the FAL from MW2 perhaps. Just tap that trigger and slowly put the bullets down range, and you can make shots at ridiculously long ranges with the M60. If they're already hurt, it just makes it even easier. Now, I want to say that the M60 is actually at risk of being a little overpowered. Even though it has become my most widely used gun, it is almost always on my medic class. But even I have to say it is a little too powerful, especially when they up the damage going from the demo to live. Like, the way you can tell it's overpowered is that people that have no interest in being a support class as a medic are starting to run medic so that they can use this gun. I was in a game a couple days ago where a guy, he only had like 600 score, but he was running around with the M60 on a medic class, and he was using it for nothing but the gun. I'm gonna assume he had magnum, and he just a little disappointing. I don't think he ever threw down a single med kit, otherwise there was no way he would have had such little score. But I guess you gotta take the good with the bad. You will generally see medics rolling with this weapon. I'm trying to get away from it, but when you look at the others, it's a very good weapon. For me personally, it's either the M60 or the SAW for me. I really like the SAW's rate of fire, even though it does considerably less damage actually. But if you're going to use the M60, it will serve you well once you learn how to control its kick, how to get the burst fire going. You can pull off some really good shots. At the early onset of this game, last week, I was mostly focusing on healing and reviving, and basically figuring my lack of aim and reaction skills would mean I'd never really get some good kills. But as the weeks progressed, I've gotten more comfortable with the weapon, gotten more comfortable with my sidearm, and I'm actually starting to pull off games with 20 to 30 kills, along with doing a lot of healing with the med kit and tons of revives, and it's actually becoming even more fun, if you can believe it or not, being such a team player to help support the team as well as getting killed. It's pretty nice. There in the video you saw an example. Just tap that trigger, send a single shot at a time, and you can pick people off. That guy was just had a fraction of his body sticking out behind the shield of that machine gun. I was able to drill him pretty good just by tapping the trigger. The sights, whether it's iron or you see here, I have the ACOG, the 4x zoom. They reset pretty nice, exactly where you left them. If you leave off the trigger, it's pretty handy for long-range engagements. But just to compare, like, the M60 versus the SAW. The most amount of damage the SAW is going to do per bullet is 17.9 damage compared to 31 damage on the M60. I mean, SAW fires faster, but really, as far as I can tell, there's just no reason not to use the M60. It will absolutely serve you well once you learn how to use it. And once you can make up for its slower rate of fire, you'll do fine. If you get to close quarters, pull out your sidearm. If you have a good pistol and you're not running the tracer dart, I recommend the 1911 pistol. It will 3-shot kill anyone that's up close. Again, if you run Magnum on a medic kit, not the most useful, but it'll be a 2-shot kill, and it can really protect you when you're in close quarters like that. So I will swap to it often if I'm in a building or up close to someone. You don't need to worry about the slow rate of fire on the M60 when you can just pull out your pistol and have 7 rounds to try to do some damage. Definitely, gentlemen, make use of your sidearm. They will save you. They'll save your teammates, and so on. The reload time for the M60 is not too bad. It's about what you'd expect for all the other light machine guns. If you run the box completely empty, it'll take 7.8 seconds. But if there's still some bullets in it and you're just refilling it, it'll take 5.5. So I recommend not running it empty to just try to save some time unless you're at a lull. Just took a base or something, you're falling back or something. But if you need to reload and you're in a danger zone, don't wait till you're all the way empty. Otherwise, it's going to cost you a few seconds. Now, what else can I add for you guys? Oh, spotting. I wanted to touch on some spotting for a little bit because some people seem to be having trouble with it. It seems from the demo in the beta to live, they've put a spam filter on the button. So now you hit it, and then like maybe you weren't dead on the guy first. And then you're trying to hit it again, and you know you're on the guy, but it won't register. That's the spam filter kicking in. It's like the rate of fire limiter that some of these games have on single shot weapons and stuff like that to try to fight off modded controllers. But if you hit the first spot, and you go to the next guy and spot, and then the next guy and spot, you won't have the spam thing kick in. It's only when you miss does it have a little cooldown for until you can use it again. But so just try to be accurate with it, and it will help you pay off by getting some points and everything. For as how long as the spotting actually lasts, a vehicle will last for 12 seconds so long as they're in line of sight. An infantry will last for only 4 seconds while in line of sight. If line of sight is broken from the spotter, both of them will disappear after 2 seconds. So that's why you spot somebody and you're like, hey, where'd it go? It's, well, they ran out of line of sight, so you can't really keep them spotted forever. This right here, we're coming to the end of the game. This was a pretty exciting game. I got a lot of revives, a lot of heals, did some killing. We just planted on the final target. I run over here, defib a guy going to disarm, pick up a teammate for some extra points, and then boom. We got the win. It was pretty exciting. They were a good defensive team. We were trying to do our best to get in there and get after them, but they dug in very well, and our team, however, was enough to prevail. Look at all these medals. I don't think I've ever gotten this many medals before. I was getting so many awards, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But this was a pretty good game. I had a lot of fun. There you can see the score. I actually did some nice kills. As you can see here, my medic class is now completely filled. Top the scoreboard. And take care, guys.